Hi, this is Bill Chan from 5 Elements of Fulfilling Life. I'm also a health coach, and today I want to talk to you about the element of wood, which is the environment we live in. I want to take the perspective of a plant-based diet from the environmental aspect today. Did you know that around the world there's 200 million land animals slaughtered every single day? And a very low estimate of approximately 2.1 billion fishes are caught from the wild and killed every single day around the world. That totals to be about 2.3 billion animals, land and sea, that's being slaughtered every single day. From a humanitarian perspective, we're killing all the animals just to satisfy our desire for meat and animal products. Did you know that, like humans, animals also feel the pain of being cut alive, and they too want to protect their children from being slaughtered? Will we kill a pet dog for dinner? No. Then why would we kill any other animal? We may argue that, hey, dogs are raised as pets, so not as food. But there are cultures in the world that enjoys dog meat. I know that when I was living in Beijing, I saw Chinese, Koreans, they would have dog meat for dinner. That sounds awful to you, doesn't it? But it's the same thing for animals, other animals as well. We wouldn't kill dolphins or whales for their meat, but Japanese fishermen kill them extensively, despite all the warnings from environmental protectionists. So, like our pets, all animals have feeling. They cry when they're being slaughtered and fight when their children are being killed. So, like pigs have the equivalent of a 3-year-old human intelligence, even smarter than dogs. Animals farms have the most inhumane conditions that lend to sickness, disease, virus that infect us after we try to eat them. Here are some shocking numbers that are capturing this catastrophe. 95% of animal products we consume are from factory farms. Chickens grow 3 times faster in factory farms than in their native environment. They are raised in a space less than an A4 size paper their entire lives. Farm chickens are so mutated, they have difficulty walking because their body is so huge. Their heads is so small and the legs are so thin because we want their breast meat, right? So they have difficulty holding up their weights. Worse, they are injected constantly with antibiotics that leads to large cancerous tumors and health problems. Chickens are slaughtered at 1/60th of their natural life expectancy for fastest possible profit. 8.13 billion chickens are slaughtered for American consumer every year. That's average of 24 chickens per American per year. Calves, they take 18 months to reach 1,300 to 1,500 pounds. Beef cows are slaughtered between 2 to 3 years old, and dairy cows around 5 years old when they're no longer producing high quality milk. Well, that's 1/10 of their normal lifespan. They normally live up to 20 to 25 years. Pigs are treated even worse. They have been raised their entire lives in concrete pens that are so tight they can't even turn around. Female pigs are forced into perpetual pregnancy year after year to give birth to piglets that are immediately removed from their birth, from their parents. So to raise these animals fast for profit and keep them being sick, factory farms use extraordinary amount of antibiotics on these animals. In fact, up to 80% of all antibiotics used on animals actually remain in our body when we consume them. The conditions of these animals that live are overcrowded, disease-ridden, and bacteria-filled areas. One report even found infection rates as high as 80%. Cows, for instance, are fed corn, soy, and grain instead of grass. Now, these feeds make them grow so they really fast in huge farmlands. These feeds are grown in these farmlands that could be producing food for us humans. So not only does raising animals require a large amount of lands, but the calories consumed to produce the meat yields a very low return on investment. It takes around 36% of calories on the world crops to produce just 12% of meat calories that are consumed by humans. 15 million liters of water are required to produce 1 ton of beef, and 7 pounds of grain to produce 1 pound of beef. Now, more and more lands are needed to raise the ever-increasing demand for animal products, since developing countries with huge populations now are acquiring wealth, and they too demand meat products. 75% of Amazon rainforest has been destroyed to raise cattle and soya to feed them. The Amazon rainforest is called the lungs of Earth. But now the resulting deforestation is turning into an irreversible ecological nightmare. Livestock are responsible for 55% of soil erosion, 30% of pesticides being used, and with no regulation on how much fertilizers can be used for animal crop feeds, it takes 17 times more calories to produce beef in the same land than potatoes. So we really need to examine how to make our food, both in school and in our regular lives, to be safer for ourselves and our children, especially in the poor areas of our community. How can we offer more choices, including fruits and vegetables, instead of just high-calorie junk foods in the lower income areas like our inner cities? Our vision of a better tomorrow could start by allocating more funds, both by the private and government sectors, to help everyone eat healthier, which in the long run saves us many flows in our future healthcare costs. So I'm hopeful that if we take immediate action, we still have time to save our world.